started on this third project, or second project. So draw a line going straight down to make sure if it's going sideways, your ortho is not on. So make sure your ortho's on. What you can do is short key for that is like F8. That turns on ortho and off and off. Actually, all the F keys, it's F1. F1 is the help. All the other ones will actually activate the bottom. I really don't memorize all of them. I just know ortho because that's the one I always switch on and off. But each one has a F directory. I think if I do, they should specify exactly what they are. I can't remember which computers. All right. Go back to this. So we have that draw line. It's actually, I don't know why I made it. I'm gonna delete that. It's supposed to be 2 because the overall is 3 minus that 1 inch. So it's 2. Enter, space. You select that. Make a copy. Going down 0.5, and then again we just hit space. It's still going, so I'm just gonna type in 1 because they're 0.5 each part. Hit escape. Have my first segment. I want to do those arcs. I can actually draw arcs, or I'm just going to do circles. I think the circles is the easiest way to do it. To do that, I need to find out where the center of that circle is, that arc. Using math, I figured out that if I draw a line that is 1 inch long, and the center of that line, or the midpoint of that line, is the center of the circle. So go to that midpoint. Midpoint is a triangle. If it's not on, you'll right click on your object snap and turn midpoint on. Make sure it's highlighted. Escape line, a circle. Go to midpoint, and what you can just do is select these endpoints here. I'm getting back to that command by just clicking space because circle was my last command, so it just goes back to your previous command. Instead of going, circle, click, circle, hit space, it's faster. And I'm going to actually take this line, I'm going to extend it out, like so. Selecting the blue points. Doesn't matter how long it is, as long as it's straight, so as long as your ortho's on. I'm going to click escape to get out of that line. And we're going to do our trim command. So we'll go to trim, select the whole object, enter or space, right click, and just trim these out. Like so. If you did that and a segment was left behind, like I'll show you right now. See, I did that. And you're trying to trim this won't trim. It's one piece right there. It has nothing to trim it to. So what you need to do is select it and just delete it. So, and again, delete this line too. It's just a reference line. You don't need it anymore. So we have that. Another thing is we need to figure out where the center of this plus sign is. So to do that, again, I used some math skills. It's actually 0.5 this way, 0.5, and 0.5 up. That is actually the center of the plus sign. If anybody needs me to show you how I figured that out, raise your hand or ask me. I'm more than happy to show you guys. But yeah, that's the center. It's 0.5 and 0.5. So I recommend that drawing that out. And what we're going to do is, let's copy it. Let's see, 1 second. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, okay. So what you need to do is go to your rotate command. So usually when you rotate stuff, you don't make a copy of it, but there's a way you can do that. I'm going to show it to you right now. So what you want to do is select the rotate command. You're going to select your whole object, except these 2 lines. You don't really need those. If you do, copy them, that's fine. Shouldn't cause any issues. There's more things to delete. So you select these 6 segments. It's asking you if you want to select more objects while you're done, so you just select space or enter. It's asking you a specific base point, which is like the rotating base point, center point of rotation, whatever they call it. And that's going to be right here on top of this 0.5 line, the endpoint. And now, if I just rotated it, I would lose the original. So instead, what I'm going to do is, it gives you a couple options at the bottom. That's like the toolbar is the best thing to look at because it always tells you what you need to do and what's going on. So it's asking me to specify rotation angle. You can type that in, 45, 90, blah, blah, blah. Or copy / reference. And that's what I want to do is copy it as I rotate it. So I'm going to type in C for copy. Since it is a capital letter, you guys can see that any capital letter, sometimes it's a C and O. That means you should type in CO to get to the command. They're both capital. If it's just the first letter that's capital, just type in the first letter. You're fine. Just a little hint. If you don't remember that, that's fine. It's not going to cause any effect, but you'll learn it. So, like, did C enter? Now it knows that it's rotating a copy of the selected object. It gives you that information right here. And what you can do is just click once here, going perfectly vertical, and makes a copy. Now the only problem is it doesn't do it multiple times. You would have to array it at that point. We can do that too. I'll show you guys how to do that. I shall make a copy of this, so I'll show it to you later. I'll go through more skills. So you don't have to do it twice. I'm just giving you an option of drawing it. So again, select this object here now, or you can select the original. Doesn't matter. Go to rotate. Select that point. C for copy, and we're gonna go down. There. Again, select these 6 segments. Rotate. Select the point. Again, just follow the commands. It'll tell you exactly what your next step is. So if you forget what you were supposed to do, read the next step. C for copy, and select. Now all I have to do is delete. See, here's a blue box, green box problem. I know there's a line right here, but see, I can't select it because it's this line's over the other small line. So if I do a blue box, which is left to right, it helps me select these both lines without selecting the super long one. So that's when you would use that blue green box thing. Select those two, you delete them, and you got something like this, your plus sign. What the other option is to not rotate a copy. So what we're going to do is array. Your array command is right here, array. So you have to hit this down button for modify, or you can go to modify, array, or you can go array over here on the side for boxes. So you select that. This one is actually a polar one. It's not going to be rectangular. So you click on polar first. You select your objects. So you click on this. You select your objects. You only need these. You do not need those reference lines. Those are not important. You click enter or space. You now need a center point. So your center point is you select here, and it's right here. And yeah, we need 4 of them at 360. Sounds about right. You can do a preview. You're not sure? Yep, that's right. Enter space. Done. Delete using a blue box these 2 lines. And you just completed that one. So it's a different way. I just wanted you guys to learn, get familiar with the tools. So I showed you guys how to array and rotate copy. So hope that's helpful. For those of you who finished,